everyone, Thunder Thrills here! Today I'm reviewing Powder Keg at Silver Dollar City. This is a coaster that opened in 2005 as an S&S compressed air launch coaster, and one thing about others that makes it stand out from other coasters is how strange it is. This coaster is known for being incredibly strange due to it having a launch, a lift hill, and how it switches track styles in the middle of the ride. This is due to a past water coaster called Buzzsaw Falls, which opened years earlier, being converted into an S&S compressed air launch years later. This is one of my personal favorite roller coasters, as it ranks number 7 on my overall list. With that being said, let's go into an element by element breakdown. Starting off with the weirdness, this coaster starts with a switch track onto the launch track. There's nothing particularly special about this, since Mr. Freeze does it too, but still a little unique. But after that comes the launch. This is my second favorite launch. I've experienced, just under max force, as it packs such a massive punch. And after that comes one of my favorite airtime moments of all time. This hill gives some of the craziest and most sustained floater I've ever experienced on a coaster, and then the next hill gives borderline ejector in the back. It didn't make my top 10 favorite airtime moments, but it almost did. And after that comes the crazy overbank. This overbank gives some great lateral G-force and is very similar to the Mr. Freeze overbank, though not nearly as good. And after that comes an airtime moment into a turn, before taking another turn into one of the weirdest parts of the ride, the switch track. No, literally, it switches track. I wouldn't say this is any rougher than the other track, as it feels pretty much the same. This turn is pretty long and sustained, and it ends by going into the lift hill. This is one of the few coasters that contains both a launch and a lift hill. The lift hill is pretty stupid, but it gives a good view of Wildfire at the top of the chain lift before doing a little pre-dip into a drop that gives a pop of quick ejector in the back and is pretty solid, before doing a pretty boring and forceless helix into the brakes and ending your amazing ride on Powder Keg. In conclusion, Powder Keg is a great and underrated roller coaster that I'll give a 9.5 out of 10. It's a great ride with some very smooth and forceful elements. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and please subscribe, everybody!